Why do you like to be alive? Reddit Reads makes videos out of subscriber comments. So feel free to tell a story and have it published. Hello and welcome, I am Reddit Reads. I do funny readings of the best posts on Reddit for you. For more content just like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you are the first to be notified when there are new videos released. There's an old man I sometimes visit who can talk your ear off for hours on end. You'll sit down with him, and he'll start to unload his stories, one after the other, of his old friends, his years in the radio industry, and his misadventures chasing women. Once, halfway through his usual ramble, he stopped, turned to me, and said, "You know what? Life is fun. And it stinks to know that I'm getting close to the end, because the whole thing's just been so damn fun." That's always stuck with me. It's my belief that the person who's had the most successful life is the one who, when it's all said and done, has the best stories to tell his grandkids. Watch this video till the end for a chance to win a $100 Amazon gift card. Personally, I'm approaching 30 and I feel like the past 20 years of my life could be literally erased from my memory, and I wouldn't lose anything of value. Working on fixing that now though, my goal is that, when I'm 40 I won't wish for cancer anymore. I survived cancer. I was given weeks to live, and miraculously got remission. Life post-cancer is a terrible struggle, mentally and physically, but I wouldn't trade it for the alternative. I now get to watch my adorable niece grow up. I get to look at the world with a completely different perspective. I get to enjoy being with my wife and traveling the world as much as possible. Death would solve a lot of the pain I currently live with, but the eternal sadness it would cause my family would haunt me. Someone's got to feed my Tamagotchi. My daughter had one years ago, and left it with me while she was at school. I almost rear-ended a car trying to clean its poo up once. I'd forgotten all about those. Cause there are pies to be eaten. Pie is a good reason to be alive. Pro tip, take up baking, and you can eat all the pie you want. Your friends will love you too. I cheated the tip and married someone who loves baking. All the same perks with much less work. Occasional serotonin. It hits me every once in a while. Also garlic bread. Serotonin caused by garlic bread. He's cracked it. I'm terminally ill, and the closer I've gotten to death the more I've just sat back and watched nature, genuinely stopping to smell the roses. It's the little things in life that make life worth living. The family of birds in a nearby tree, communicating with each other. The dog you wake up every morning to, and can't wait to see you, and be around you. I even oddly lie watching the trees rustle on a windy day. Watching my fish swim around their aquarium. Valuing the time and memories I make with my wife and friends. People that say life isn't worth living need to try their very best to smell the roses, watch the sunrise or sunset. I know sometimes life really can get us down in the dumps, but life is truly beautiful. Edit, just woke up, and checked all the notifications. Thank you everyone for the awards and the very nice words. It's very humbling to get so many beautiful responses. I've done my best to read, and like as many as possible. One comment I noticed is about how close to death we come. My fate was luckily decided by my oncologist. I was in ICU last year, I was septic, and I had a super bug the doctors couldn't get on top of. My kidney had completely stopped, and I only have one kidney. Fortunately, when the ICU had the various teams come together to decide whether to continue or let me go, my oncologist demanded they continue to treat me, because I'm young 29 and my heart and lungs are in good shape. I'm still here to this day, so I owe it all to that man who saved my life multiple times. I've sat with my wife and cried, told her I was ready to go and laid patiently with my eyes closed ready to be taken away. It just didn't happen. Since that moment I've done my absolute best to enjoy the little moments in life that we easily brush past and let go unnoticed when we are busy and living a healthy normal life. I'll try to individually reply to comments where I can. Thank you everyone. Stick around as long as you can, you have some good wisdom to pass on. They say, people who are closing to death have their entire life flash before their eyes. They can very well judge what was good and what was bad. They are certainly a good source of wisdom. It's pretty amazing listening to them. I myself fear death to a point it freaks me out. And it's surprising how people say they will miss things like trees, soil, animals and family. Just the same things we take for granted. We must realize and learn from what they've got to say, and act on it. My prayers are with fuck. In late 1999, Terence McKenna described his thoughts concerning his impending death to interviewer Eric Davis. I always thought death would come on the freeway in a few horrifying moments, so you'd have no time to sort it out. Having months and months to look at it, and think about it, and talk to people, and hear what they have to say, it's a kind of blessing. It's certainly an opportunity to grow up, and get a grip, and sort it all out. Just being told by an unsmiling guy in a white coat that you're going to be dead in 4 months definitely turns on the lights. It makes life rich and poignant. When it first happened, and I got these diagnoses, I could see the light of eternity, a la William Blake, shining through every leaf. I mean, a bug walking across the ground moved me to tears. As I get older, I'm scared of death for myself less and less, but it's those I'll leave behind that I worry about more and more. I'm so scared of dying. To see you face it head on and be brave leaves me speechless. Every day is a gift, and I hope one day I'm as brave as you. I'm scared of dying too. I feel at peace just reading your comment. People need to enjoy the tiny things in life, just like you said. There's a lot of places I still want to go, books I want to read, movies I want to see. Even if I don't get to experience it all before I die, I like the anticipation of it all. This right here. Very relatable. Also imagine all the cool stuff that might happen in the future. And all the cool places you might visit. That is what I look forward to. The idea that any random day you can meet someone who might change your life at most, and be someone you enjoy being around at the least has helped me. I met an old man battling cancer at work a few years back, and he is one of the most generous and thoughtful humans I have ever met. I was never close to my grandparents, and I think a young adult having an older, wiser person in their life to look up to can be very important. I haven't tried all the restaurants in my area, and it actually has been a good motivator to cherish the whole life thing. That is surprisingly extremely simple, and cute, and beautiful. Happiness in tiny things is absolutely the key to being truly happy. Walking to work or unit, or whatever, and looking at how cool certain buildings, clouds, clothing etc. looks, and just appreciating the beauty of the world is a prime example. Same here, kinda. One of my casual side quests I'm on in this current outside playthrough is to find the perfect cheeseburger. It's like my personal little guideline to test any new restaurant I try, because if they can do a good cheeseburger then they usually have their shit together. So far, the best cheeseburger I've ever had was from a little restaurant in MK that I went to once on a trip. They got everything right. Edit, to everyone asking, it was AJ Bombers. I remember they had some odd as hell menu items, like a peanut butter cheeseburger. Anyway, I had ordered the bacon cheeseburger with the pretzel bread bun, and they had perfectly smashed down the patties so that the edges were just slightly crisp. Added in enough cheese to accomplish an ideal cheese to meat ratio with the smashed patties. Usually it's too much meat and not enough cheese, and the bacon appropriately came out as it should with every bite. Bacon is wont to come out of the burger all the way with one bite. If you don't cook the bacon to the right texture, or glue it in properly with just melted enough cheese. The pretzel bread bun was perfectly grilled and added to the overall effect of a soft crunch texture to the cheeseburger that I've come to compare all other cheeseburgers by. The tater tots were exemplary. 10/10 would travel to MK Heat just to eat there again. BC, I'm fastest sperm. I am speed. Nah dude, in reality all the other sperms sacrificed themselves to make way for you to get to the egg. We're actually all just that lazy guy in the group project that takes credit for it all. I have a friend that's going through some tough times, so I like to check up on him every day and encourage him. You're a good friend. He's not a good friend. He's a great friend. Watching sunrises with a hot cup of tea. Singing my favorite songs in a place with good acoustics. Using really soft yarn to knit something nice for someone. Calling a friend and hearing the joy in their voice when they realize it's me. Snow days. Making s'mores at a bonfire. It's all the little things. I hope you can find all the little things you love in life. There's so many. Please be safe, friend. Edit. Thank you all so much for the awards, including my first silver. You sound like a treasure to be around. My dogs. I can't imagine leaving them behind. There's some shit I still need to do. The list keeps growing, so it's kind of an ongoing thing. Edit. Holy smokes, this blew up. THX everyone for the awards and updates. I spent the first half of my adult life living on fast forward. I worked hard to get through college with almost no student debt. I worked 60+ hours, went off from school and full-time with a full-time schedule. I grew up a have-not with uneducated parents and a single mom that broke her back so I could have opportunity. I put that on my shoulders and powered through. I studied business and finance, and now I own a business. The thing is, despite being proud of that time, I can hardly remember feeling happy. I can remember laughing with friends from college I swore at the time were my brothers, or being in the trance-like state of being young and in love, but not just genuinely feeling happy. I know I was at times, but I can't recall clearly, because of all the work and travel and thrill chasing. When I was 24, my mom, who was the monolith of everything good about my identity, got small cell lung cancer and died within the year. You want to talk about a blur? I cared for her as she did hospice in our home, and I can remember the wild ride of trying to do everything I could to make her smile, then everything I could to make her comfortable, then everything I could to squeeze a life's worth of life lessons into a week, to finally hoping with all my heart that she wasn't in pain as she laid there unable to respond to anything. If you want to talk about a hard stop to a breakneck life, then losing your beacon in the storm is it. At the end, I remember telling her I'd make her proud. That I'd do something with my education and make a name for myself. She said, I'll be proud of you either way. God, just typing that wrenches my gut now a decade later. One day I was pushing her on a wheelchair to this ice cream shop we had been to countless times in my childhood. It was less than a block away. She had me stop. I was confused. She told me she just wanted to close her eyes and feel the sun and listen to the robins. She told me that, whenever the sunshine warmed my face, that she'd be holding my face in her hands. When she finally let go, her funeral was the real shock to the system. Not because she was actually gone, but because of the sheer number of souls at the funeral that I had never met. My mom and dad adopted me in their 30s. I met countless people from before that time that my mom had touched. She helped so many people get through school, leave abusive partners, kick drug habits, raise their kids, and the list goes on. It was a real eye-opener. She never had much money in her whole life. She had a long career in medical billing at the end. She didn't win the rat race per se, but she resonated so beautifully with so many people. That's what being alive is freaking about, my friends. Being present for yourself and for others and resonating beyond today in ways that are important. I think about all of the mistakes I made as a young adult. Being brash and insensitive, being naive and loud with my opinions, crossing the line of consent and autonomy in many ways with a lot of people, saying I didn't have time for the people I could see were struggling, taking advantage of people and angling all the time to get ahead, which growing up in poverty is sort of a byproduct of survival and hard to shake, and also just not being there. I mean, like autopilot life despite all of the rich things in life around me. Edit. I guess the point of this yarn is that I hope it doesn't take losing someone for you to pause and be present. Every year my company donates to a cancer fund in her name. If you want to get involved, PM me for details. So many awards. It's so nice to see my mom's legacy touching everyone. Cancer sucks, but all of these stories are wonderful. Keep being kind. It's amazing to see everyone being so good to each other in the comments. Edit 2. Over $4,500 raised for my mom's donation in her name. That will almost double what we do. If you still would like to PM me for details. Feelings. I love to feel. I have no idea if that will be something I can experience once I'm gone. And it's rather very fascinating. Experiencing in general is probably the better term. I can try so much and there still is something I don't know anything about. A new kind of cooking, a new sport, climbing another mountain, seeing new things, having the next fall come in and see the leaves in a new pattern of red, orange and yellow. And this is just without leaving my usual environment. The sheer difference it would make if I just now took a plane to somewhere in Asia and start a new life there is mind-boggling, but beautiful. I love that about life. It never gets old. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe for a chance to win a $100 Amazon gift card. And with that, we're going to end.